So, hello everyone, good evening, and welcome to this session of live session on YouTube, where we are starting with materia medica. Last time, as you all said, that materia medica is something you all want me to discuss with you, and yes, I know that it is a bit vast topic, vast subject, so dealing with it is a bit difficult, and that too for competitive exam is so I've decided that we will be discussing Allen's keynote. This is the most important book for all each and every competitive exam, especially for all the AIAPGET and PSC. So from today onwards we are going to start with Allen's keynote, reading Allen's keynote. And reading Allen's keynote is like when you read it alone, and we tend to forget it, and we need repeated revision for it. So together, if we read, if we have discussion, then it's easy to remember it for long, and we will read it in a fashion that it will be useful for solving MCQ. So yeah, from today we will be starting with Allen's keynote. So if you are joining this session, I hope you will be with your Allen's keynote. You should have a copy of your Allen's keynote, and also if you have purchased your success, the book which I always recommend you for MCQs. So yeah, success and Allen's keynote, these two things are must for this live session. So in Allen's keynote, as you can see, Allen's keynote has total 88 remedies. 88 medicines are given in Allen's keynote in alphabetical manner. Alphabetically, 88 medicines are given. So there are many ways of reading it. Number one, first way is to read it alphabetically, like as this given A, B, C, D. Another way is to do it randomly, or you can do it like family wise. For all the vegetable kingdom, you can read it like all the medicine from compositive family together, Luganaceae family together. So this way it can be done. Or therapeutic is another way, which from which, so all the remedies for headache, all the remedies for that. These are the different ways by which we can read this Allen's keynote. But we will be going through, the old and most trusted method, that is alphabetical. This is that now the method how which the Allen's keynote is written. So we will be starting with A, alphabet A. And the remedies given here in Allen's keynote, the keynote means to the point, everything is written to the point. No details have been mentioned like we read in Kent and other book, Tyler. So that is a very picture form. But in Allen's keynote, only the important points, only the keynotes has been given, which is easy to remember. And yes, of course, that's why questions are framed, more MCQs are framed from Allen's keynote. Okay, so what you need to remember when you are reading any remedy from Allen's keynote. So for we are from today onwards, we will be starting alphabetically from Allen's keynote, but we will not go in a fashion like first all the remedies starting with A, then all B. No, we will be doing it like A, B, A, B, this way, so that we can finish two alphabets together. So as it is our first day today, we'll be doing only one remedy, but then from tomorrow onwards or next we can do more than one remedy in a day, because remedies are given very not much, it's very small, only half page to or one page. So we can do 2 or 3 remedies in a single day. Okay, so I think let's get started. We should start now. It's okay, so I'll be discussing it in English, because last time I got many comments that people from places where they don't speak Hindi, they don't understand what we are talking about. So English will be preferable language for all. But then if you have any doubt and if you don't understand anything, if you want to ask anything, you can comment down. And for explanation, I can use Hindi to explain that specific point. Okay, so and it should not be a classroom method where I'll be reading and you will be just listening. It should be like a discussion session, so that will be more fruitful for you as well as for me. So yeah, so read, understand, and try to ask questions, so which will help you in preparing for your exam. And reading an keynote is never a waste. It will help you for even if you are doing your UG, if you are doing your PG, if you are preparing for your MD entrance AIPGT, if you are preparing for any sort of medical officer PSC exam, or if you are reading it for practice, for your clinic, so everywhere this will be useful. So all can join this session. If you are a UG student, you are a PG student, you are a PG aspirant, you are a PSC aspirant, or even if you are a practitioner. So it's never waste of time reading Alan's keynote. Okay, so let's start. So first we are going to read today. The first remedy is abrotanum, as you all can see. So first remedy is abrotanum. So abrotanum, what all things you should know before starting a medicine, before reading a medicine. So abrotanum. So you should know what is the common name of abrotanum. Number one, what is the family, who is the prover, which meism it belong. Okay, so these are the basic things. So I'll just read it out. So all other things which I'll be telling you, which is not given in this book, you can write down with a pen the way I have written. As this is front camera, this will be not visible clearly, but yeah, you can write it down with pen. So abrotanum, the common name is southernwood. It is also known as lady's love, lad's love, lady's love. These are the common names. And the family is composite family. The prover, so the prover is not asked very often, but we should know. So the prover, three provers are there. Three doctors have proved this remedy: Dr. Gatchell, Dr. Deventer, and Dr. Cushing. Also this is not given in book, so you can write it down. So prover, three provers: Dr. Gatchell, Dr. Deventer, and Dr. Cushing. Three provers are there. Abrotanum, common name southernwood, lad's love, lady's love, family composite. Okay, then sora, meism is sora, tubercular diathesis. Okay, and if you want to know more detail, that temperament is irritable temperament. Okay, and important point with in view of MCQ is the part which is used for preparing abrotanum is fresh leaves and stem. These are the parts used for making abrotanum. Abrotanum, when prepared, it is prepared. This is a pharmacy MCQ related to this, that it is prepared under class 3. So class 3 is mother tincture. So it is prepared under class 3. It is least juicy. Okay, so yeah. And what else you should know? Yeah, the meism, the temperament, the diathesis. Then thermally the patient is chilly. So yeah, so what all details we know about abrotanum now? So abrotanum, the common name, it is southernwood. It is lady's love or lad's love, and it is family is composite, vegetable kingdom. Family is composite. Parts uses fresh leaves and stem. Belongs to class 3. And the provers are Dr. Gatchell, Dr. Deventer, and Dr. Cushing. And the temperament is irritable. The diathesis is tubercular diathesis. Meism is sora. And patient is chilly. Thermal relation is chilly. Okay, so these are the basic information about abrotanum. Okay, now reading it, the symptoms or the keynotes of abrotanum goes this way. Alternate constipation and diarrhea, lienteria. Okay, so the first line is alternate constipation and diarrhea and lienteria. What do you mean by lienteria? Is when stool contains undigested food particle. That is, the condition is called lienteria. So what happens in when abrotanum, you are reading abrotanum, the picture should come in front of your eyes that there is a child, basically a child who suffering from marasmus with a pot belly. Belly is like a pot and very thin, emaciated, with very dry wrinkled skin, old looking, means very small but old looking face. So this is the picture of abrotanum basically, and the patient suffer from alternate diarrhea and constipation. Now important, this remedy is marasmus of children. Marasmus of children with marked emaciation, especially of legs. Now reading this is fine. Now where is MCQ? MCQ comes here. The MCQ is marasmus of children is fine, but marked emaciation. Now important is marked emaciation, especially of legs. Emaciation is there, but where? Emaciation is in legs. So lower extremities, emaciation of lower extremities is in abrotanum. Now the what you call twist is here, or interesting point is here, that in bracket more medicines are given. Name is iodum, sanicula and tuberculinum. So what you need to, the MCQ will be asked, can be asked this way. Marked emaciation, especially of legs. Options will be abrotanum, iodum, sanicula, tuberculinum, all of the above. So what you need to know? You need to know that marked emaciation, especially of lower extremity, is abrotanum, iodum, sanicula, tuberculinum. So 4 medicines should come in your mind when you read any question or MCQ where it is mentioned that especially of lower extremities or especially of legs. लेग्स का इमेसिएशन 4 रेमेडीज में होता है, एब्रोटेनम, आयोडम, सैनिकुला, ट्यूबरक्यूलिनम. ओके, अब सेट पे दूसरा क्वेश्चन जाएगा. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट वी विल बी रीडिंग हियर दैट इमेसिएशन स्पेशली ऑफ नेक. लेग्स का होगा, देन इफ द क्वेश्चन इज ऑफ लेग्स, लोअर एक्सट्रीमिटीज, 4 रेमेडीज. इफ इमेसिएशन इज ऑफ नेक, emaciation of neck is natrum muriaticum and sanicula. So both this are MCQ. You should remember this very well. So emaciation, special point of abrotanum, emaciation of lower extremities. Other remedies, iodum, sanicula, tuberculinum. The skin is flabby and hangs loose in fold. And emaciation of neck is natrum mur and sanicula. So 2 MCQs are there in this 3 lines. Now, in what happened in marasmus? In marasmus, the head is weak, cannot hold it up. In bracket, ethusa is given. So what happened? Emaciation is there. The child is very weak, and because he is weak, he is unable to hold up the head because of weakness. Okay. So the child, if we see a small child, the baby will not be able to hold up the head. It will be this way or this way. He will not be able to keep it like straight, erect. And what happened in ethusa? In ethusa, because baby has severe vomiting, diarrhea, all this. So because of that weakness, he is unable to hold up the head. So both unable to hold up head, both remedies, abrotanum and ethusa. Okay. And marasmus of lower extremities only, again given. Then ravenous, yeah, this happened in marasmus. This is very common that the child is eating well, बहुत अच्छी भूख लगती है, appetite is really good, but he is not able to assimilate that food. So ravenous hunger, losing flesh while eating well. Then he eats so well, but still the food doesn't get assimilated properly, so there is no flesh on his body. He is all weak, lean, thin. All other remedies, same, iodum, natrum mur, tuberculinum and sanicula. Okay, so these 4-5 remedies are there. Who eats well but still loses flesh. So losing flesh while eating well, abrotanum, natrum muriaticum, tuberculinum, sanicula, and iodum. Yeah, 5 remedies. Okay. So yeah, this is important. Then next is powerful contraction of the limbs from cramps or following colic. Cramps, especially when you have dehydration, or the nutrition is not proper, such things happen, that cramps of legs, especially at night, is a very common thing. Then another important point of this medicine is rheumatism. And rheumatism, the important point of rheumatism is that rheumatism for the excessive pain before swelling commences, means there will be only pain, no swelling will be seen. That time abrotanum can be given. So rheumatism for excessive pain before the swelling commences from suddenly checked diarrhea or other secretion, alternate with hemorrhoids with dysentery. So what is important here is that the rheumatism will happen. That rheumatism will happen after suddenly checked diarrhea. Whenever any secretion is checked. What do you mean by check? Check means when it is suppressed or it is palliated with any kind of medication. So that time what happen, if a patient is having diarrhea, suppose, and if he takes any type of antibiotic or any other medicine, and diarrhea is okay, but then what happens, suddenly diarrhea will be fine, diarrhea will be okay, but then after few days he will start with start complaining of joint pain. So if such thing happen, like the disease condition we can say is reactive arthritis. In reactive arthritis, what happen is patient has diarrhea or GI complaint, yeah, mostly diarrhea, and for that diarrhea he takes any sort of medicine, and that there is a reaction in the body, so, and that results in joint pain. So reactive arthritis is a disease condition where abrotanum works really well. So rheumatism after checked secretion, this is important. So, and rheumatism will alternate with hemorrhoids or dysentery. Okay, and then other thing is gout. What happen in gout? All the common symptoms. What happen in gout? Gout may the joint will stiff, it will be swollen, there will be pricking sensation, wrist and ankle joint painful and inflamed. Okay, so yeah, wrist, mostly this happen in your wrist, then ankle joint, it will be swollen, it will be painful, it will be inflamed. So these are the common symptoms of gout. So all this happens in abrotanum. And what is it? Very lame and sore all over. If this sentence come as MCQ, so sore, lame, bruise, feeling. This comes like what will come in our mind? Sore, lame, bruise, feeling. Sore, lame, bruise, feeling. We directly jump to arnica. So the sentence. See the sentence. Very lame and sore all over. If this sentence comes, the remedy is abrotanum, not arnica or any other. Okay. So very lame and sore all over, and itching chilblain. Other remedy is agaricus. Great weakness and prostration and a kind of hectic fever with children unable to stand. So there is weakness, great weakness and prostration, and children are unable to stand. Then child, this is very important, last two lines. The MCQs are always asked on this line, that child is ill-natured, irritable, cross and despondent, violent, inhuman, would like to do something cruel. Okay, so question can be asked directly this line, or it can be like child is ill-natured, would like to do something cruel. This two line can be asked. So yeah, this is important. Then face is old, pale, wrinkled, also seen in opium. So face is old, pale and wrinkled, also in opium. So these are the important points of abrotanum. Now the relationship में after hepar in furuncle. So the relationship में what happened, the hepar sulf. So in hepar sulf is usually used for skin complaint. So whenever there is furuncle is a boy, boil is small, bigger one is furuncle. So in furuncle, if we prescribe a parcel and if it is not acting or it has acted for a very short time, then after that we can give this abrotanum. So abrotanum is given after hepar in furuncle, can be given after aconite and bryonia in pleurisy. This is important when a pressing sensation remains in affected site impeding respiration. So whenever there is pleurisy, a case of pleurisy, and pleurisy is all cured with medication, but a pressing sensation remains in affected site which impede the respiration, that time abrotanum can be given. So this is an important point related to abrotanum. So abrotanum, what you need to remember is, number one is marasmus and emaciation in the emaciation of the legs. Then rheumatism after checked secretion, after checked diarrhea. Then it is useful in gout, and child is very irritable, ill-natured, and would like to do something something cruel. And relationship में abrotanum is useful after hepar sulf in furuncle, after aconite and bryonia in pleurisy, and if there is a pressing sensation remains after this pleurisy, so abrotanum can be given. Okay, so these are the important points on which MCQs can be asked on abrotanum, and with which we can compare. Emaciation of lower extremities is abrotanum, iodum, sanicula, tuberculinum, and emaciation of neck is sanicula and natrum muriaticum. So yeah, that is important points. That are the important points related to abrotanum. And if you are someone who is reading abrotanum for your clinical practice, or to know more, not only limited to MCQ or exam purpose, then other thing which you should know related to abrotanum is that the chemical constituent, when you're talking about abrotanum, so the chemical constituent of abrotanum is absinthe. It is absinthe is the chemical constituent of abrotanum. And what is the physiopathology of abrotanum, how it acts? So when abrotanum, this constituent, the absinthe, when it is given to a person, this constituent, when it acts on the fibrous tissue of the body, it will lead to gout, rheumatism. If it is acting on digestive system, it will depress the nutrition, it will cause indigestion, distension of abdomen, and it will result in defective assimilation. If it acts on serous membrane, it will result in hydrocele and pleurisy. So this is how the physiopathology of abrotanum is given. And this thing I have already discussed, and few points which you need to remember is the relationship part, which I already told you, which is also given in success on page number 50. So abrotanum is given after hepar and furuncle, after aconite and bryonia in pleurisy. So this one is important. Then if you want, you can read the important points of abrotanum from Borik's Materia Medica. Important points are given in success, page number 3. So the points are: ill effects of suppressed conditions, especially in gouty subject, nosebleed and hydrocele. This is MCQ, directly comes, so you should know this. Nosebleed and hydrocele in boys. Great weakness after influenza. After influenza, if there is great weakness, abrotanum is useful. In bracket, kali phos is given. Stomach feels as if swimming. This is also important. This is also direct MCQ. So please do read from success, page number 3. Important symptoms from Boric Materia Medica, abrotanum. So stomach feels as if swimming in water. Then rheumatism following check diarrhea. Tuberculous peritonitis, exudative pleurisy and other exudative processes. After operation upon, this is important, after operation upon the chest for hydrothorax or empyema, a pressing sensation remains. Aggravation of hemorrhoids when rheumatism improves, that is it alternate rheumatism and this hemorrhoids alternates. Oozing from umbilicus, sensation as if bowels were sinking down, and dry cough following diarrhea. So these are the 10 around 10 points which are given from, these are important line from Borix Materia Medica, so you should remember this really well. Okay, so important points from Borix Materia. First read it from this Allen's keynote, what I told you, not all the points, important points you should remember. Relationship part is very important. After that, this 5-6 lines from Borix Materia Medica, not from Borix Materia Medica, which are given in Success, page number 3, that are important. Okay, and after that, on page number 70, you can find in Success, on page number 70, you will find important symptoms of Materia Medica from drug picture by M.L. Tyler. From M.L. Tyler drug picture, for only one single line is written about abrotanum, and that is, by far the best picture of abrotanum is to be found in Allen's keynote. Okay, so this way it can come, this line will be written and it will be asked who has said this, or for who has written this. So it is from M.L. Tyler, drug picture by M.L. Tyler. So by far the best picture of abrotanum is to be found in Allen's keynote. So this is written about abrotanum in drug picture by M.L. Tyler. So this one line you should remember. Okay, so Allen's keynote, Borix important line, relationship, this one line of M.L. Tyler. These are the things which you should thoroughly remember about abrotanum. Okay, so that was all about abrotanum. So this is so this live session will be divided into two parts. The number one, first we will be discussing one or two remedies whichever will be possible, and in the second part we will be solving MCQ. This is important because only reading Materia Medica or any book is not sufficient. You need to solve MCQs, and that will be more fruitful. So what I feel is, and what I think is important is solving MCQ. So what I will be doing is discussing a remedy and then solving MCQ, but then of course the MCQs will not be based only on so MCQs will not be based only on the remedy or the medicine which we have read, but it will be from random MCQs which are given based on Allen's keynote from the Success book itself. So the book you all have, but what is important is reading it, doing repeated revision. So doing repeated revision, this way will be possible. So we'll be reading only I guess 25 MCQs. Yeah. So first MCQ from Success is, fear of death believes the disease incurable. So this is the first MCQ. I hope everyone is having your own Success book. So the fear of death believes the disease incurable. The options, Success I think is best one. Other is crack the entrance is also good, but Success is sufficient what I feel. Okay, so fear of death believes the disease incurable. The options given are aconite, ursiode, cactus and cannabis indica. So the answer to this question is, fear of death believe the disease incurable. The answer is cactus grandiflorus. So this is given in Allen's keynote. So you can go on cactus, page number 69, and fourth line you can read there. Fear of death believe the disease incurable. In bracket arsenicum is also given. So directly this line has been taken, and options given is very confusing because fear of death is also in aconite, it is also in cannabis ursiode. So but the exact line is written in cactus grandiflorus. So answer to first MCQ is cactus grandiflorus, option C. Now flesh feels as if beaten from the bones. This is also very important and very confusing question. All options given are very similar. You need to differentiate it. So flesh feels as if beaten from the bones. Option A is thuja, option B is rustox, C is arnica, and answer D is all. So what is the answer? Rustox, arnica comes in mind at first glance, but answer is thuja occidentalis. When you read thuja from Allen's keynote, where it is. I hope you all are searching with me. And on page number 294 in Allen's keynote, from downwards, yeah, like 7-8 line, you can see flesh feels as if beaten from the bones. In bracket phytolacca is written, and as if scrap is rustox. So you should know both. That if the question is flesh feels as if beaten is thuja, and if it is thuja and phytolacca both, and if the question is flesh feel as if scrapped, okay, the answer is rustox. So in this MCQ, flesh feels as if beaten from the bones, the answer is thuja occidentalis, option A. Now slow pulse of old age, so answer is gelsemium. So what you need to do is don't randomly copy answer the answer key given at the back of this or down of this. Just go and check what is slow pulse of old age. Is there anything written in silesia, in anything gelsemium, conimus, or and check all the options. So something related you will find there. So slow pulse of old age, the answer is gelsemium. The slightest mental emotion causes palpitation of heart. The answer is Calcarea ars. Desire to be let alone, wants to lie down and sleep. This is important. And the answer is capsicum. Weakness of memory and slowness of thought. This also comes, I think, last year or before that, this MCQ was asked directly. Weakness of memory and slowness of thought. The answer is carboveg. Acrid smelling menstrual flow and erysipelas of mammy. The answer is sulfur. Secretion from all mucous membranes are thick, bland, yellowish green. Question, you should read question very carefully, because now see what it is. Secretions from all mucous membranes are thick, bland and yellowish green, are all except, means all have this type of secretion except one. So which is the exception? You should know that. In excitement, what we do is we will tick whichever is having that secretion. So you can take it like at the first glance you will be excited and you can take it as pulsatilla, but no, the answer, yeah, pulsatilla has this bland discharge. Kali sulf and natrum sulf also has this discharge. Calcarea sulf is the exception. So correct answer is Calcarea sulf. Now sweat on face on a small spot only while eating. जब खाना खाते हैं तभी एक किसी स्पॉट पे, सिर्फ नोज पर, सिर्फ अपर लिप पर, सिर्फ कहीं एक जगह पे बहुत ज़्यादा स्वेटिंग होती है. तो the remedy quickly should come in your mind is ignatia. This is also for practice. Ignatia patient usually have this sweating on small spot and especially while eating. So if you find someone, ignatia is the remedy for that person. Yeah, and girls who are fleshy, plethoric and who grow too rapidly. So answer is Calcarea ostium, that is Calcarea carp. For extreme nervous sensitiveness of puberty during pregnancy and climacteric year, what is the answer? Theridion. Pain or tingling, sticking, hard, aching, burst from motion and contact, noxomica. So you should remember that बहुत common जो होगा, that is not asked something which is not. Whenever you read about Naxwamika, all you know is mental symptoms, irritable and all, or GIT symptoms. So MCQ will never be asked based on this. MCQ will be asked something which is not very common. So you are not knowing that pain, how is the character of pain. This is not very common we read, but the pain are tingling, sticking, hard, aching, burst from motion and contact. So words from motion and contact, all this bryonia and all such things can come in your mind, but the answer is Naxwamika. Coughing or expectorating relieves the hoarseness in sternum metallicum. More the expectoration, patient feels better is sternum metallicum. Vicarious menstruation in debilitated constitution, crotalus is the answer. Sexual debility from sexual abuse is in graphitis. Which medicine is preferable for warts and prepuce is cinnaberis. Painless hoarseness aggravation in morning is calcarea carb. Great despondency with indecision, palpitation in intermittent pulse. Always remember intermittent pulse is tobacco. Which of the following is not a complementary of arsenic? So you should know the complementary remedies or remedy relationship. So which is not a complementary. So to know which is not, you should know which are the complementary remedies. So carboveg is complementary, phosphorus and pyrogen, and allium cepa is not complementary remedies. Okay. Allium cepa is not here. Inimical of creosote is carboveg. Coryza ending in diarrhea is selenium. Cutting pain across abdomen from left to right is ipecac. And inimical of Merck. So you can see so many questions are based on relationship of remedies. So this is very important part which you should not skip. You should know relationship of each and every remedy. So inimical of Merck is Salacia. And vegetable analog of natromure is ignitia. This is also important analog, chemical analog, this vegetable analog of remedies. And pain better while thinking of it is camphora. Okay. So these are the 25 MCQs which we read today. So what you need to do is read again Abrotanum from Allen's keynote. From success you need to read important lines of Boric, the relationship part, and one single line is given by in ML Tyler which you should read, and try to solve first 25 MCQs of Allen's keynote given in success, and that's it all. If you do it this way and if you do it consistently, like every single day, I'm sure your materia medica will improve, knowledge of your materia medica will improve, and you will be able to do better in your exam, all exam in UG, PG, in your entrance, any sort of exam, and even in your practice. So read it this way and be regular, so it will be benefited. So I think that's all for today. So I hope I was able to help you in some way, and please let me know how you like the session. If you find anything which can be improved, if you have any suggestion, any feedback, please do let me know, and you can comment down below, or also you can DM me on Instagram. So yeah, and also I have created one channel on this what you call Telegram, so with healing with Heena. So yeah, you can join there also. Then there you can get all the updates regarding YouTube live, regarding the discussion, and anything new which will be coming your way. So yeah, study hard and stay focused, stay consistent. Thank you so much. That was all for today. Thank you so much for joining. See you. Bye bye. Good night. Oh, I hope no one is having any question. I'll wait for a minute. If you have any question, you can comment down. Okay. See ya. Bye bye.